This is the Lockpicking Lawyer, and I am continuing my series on 40mm aluminum padlocks with this lock, the Matlock Model 5025. This is one of the locks that was sent to me by Pete Restall in the UK, so Pete, thank you very much for sending this lock my way. Let's start by taking a look at the keyway. We can see that it most certainly is not paracentric. We have a pretty clear line from the top to the bottom, which is open enough to fit a 25 thousandths pick in it, but I have to say it's very, very tight. It kills feedback, and I find picking this open with a 25 thousandths pick to be a lot more difficult than if I was using something like this 18 thousandths pick. So I will not be giving this lock points for having a paracentric keyway, but I will give it credit for having a specialized pick make picking materially easier. Okay, let's see what it takes to get into this lock. I'm going to use top of the keyway tension with a 50 thousandths pry bar and this 18 thousandths standard hook. One's loose. Click out of 2. Nothing on 3. Click out of 4. Little something out of 5. And click out of 6. Click out of 1. Nothing on 2, nothing on 3, nothing on 4, 5. There we go, something out of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not sure what's holding us up now. Okay, another little click out of 1, nothing on 2. Another click out of 3, nothing on 4, 5, or 6. 1 just put us into a false set, nothing on 2, 3. Okay, feedback on 4, getting a little counter rotation. Okay, and that opened us up. Okay, let's take this lock apart and see what's inside. As with most of these locks, this one does come apart with a screw down the shackle hole. Okay, it appears that this core comes apart with a clip on the back. Okay, we got that off. Now all we need is a key and a follower. As I'm getting the follower, note that this does have a tailpiece that is not of a bypassable design. Okay, right away I see some interesting things. Looks like we have counter milling and some extra drill protection in the core. It's pretty uncommon for these small cylinders. Okay, 1 is a standard steel anti-drill pin, 2 is serrated, 3 is a short standard pin, 4 is a serrated pin, 5 is a steel serrated pin, and 6 is a brass standard. Let me arrange these. Okay, this lock is racking up some points. A lot of great features. Let's see what the driver pins have here. Number 1 is a steel anti-drill pin, standard. 2 is an anti-bump pin. 3 is a spool. 4 is a spool. So is 5. And so is 6. Okay, before I give you a close-up of all of this, let's talk points. Okay, we get 2 extra points for having a 6-pin core. We do not get points for having a paracentric keyway. We get another 2 points for having a specialized pick make opening materially easier. We get 2 points for counter milling, and we do not lose points for having anti-drill pins. Then moving over to these pins here, every single one is either an anti-drill pin or a security pin. So we get 12 points there. And then note that number 5 is both a security pin and an anti-drill pin. So all of our pins here give us an additional 13 points. I'm also going to give it 2 more points since we are giving it points for anti-drill pins for these 2 anti-drill pins in between slots 1 and 2 embedded in the core. If I did my math right, that pulls us up to 21 points and a new lock in first place. So this Matlock actually did give me a little bit of trouble getting into it. I'm not sure what the time was, but probably faster than most of the locks in this series. So I think it's probably a well-deserved first place, particularly with what I'm seeing here in the core. Okay, let's give you a close-up of the pinning here. Okay, for our key pins, number 1 is a steel anti-drill pin, 2 is serrated, 3 is standard, 4 is serrated, 5 is a serrated anti-drill pin, and 6 is standard. On numbers 3 and 6, they are standards, but only because they are so short. As I mentioned in previous videos, where bitting is what causes a certain slot to have a standard pin as opposed to a serrated pin, I would give points for having a security pin. Moving up to the driver pins, number 1 is a steel anti-drill pin, 2 is an anti-bump pin, and 3 through 6 are all spools. Moving over to this core, you can see that it is not of a bypassable design. We have countermilling in all 6 chambers, and we have those extra 2 hardened inserts in between slots 1 and 2 for drill resistance. So a lot of great features in this lock. Pete, thanks for sending this lock my way. To everyone else, if you have any questions or comments about this lock, please put them below. If you like this video and would like to see more like it, please subscribe. And as always, have a nice day. Thank you.